We'll be taking a look at what the Cambodian love huts were, how they're used, who uses them, and what the traditions were like. We'll also explore what it was like inside and what the main purpose was it as it pertained to marriage, love, and sex. So, what actually is the Cambodian love hut? The actual physical structure of the hut was usually made of bamboo or other similar materials. It was a place where the girls in the tribe could socialize and experiment with boys in privacy. It was also a way to figure out if the boy was right to marry. This tradition is practiced by the Krayong tribe located in the Ratanakuri region of Cambodia. They get up with the sunrise and work by harvesting rice and vegetables in the jungle. In most areas in Cambodia, it's frowned upon when women drink or smoke like men, but in this tribe, it's normal for them to take part. The tribe lives simple lives surrounding simple survival traditions, which includes food, shelter, love, and sex. Part of that is that girls have the power and independence to explore their own sexuality, and that there is trust in women that they will make their own decisions in their romantic lives. In this tradition, we will first be taking a look at the boy. They are only allowed to go to the hut if they are invited by the girl. They're not aggressive and let the girl call the shots. They've also been taught that respectful behavior towards the girls will affect their family's livestock, and they take that very seriously. When the girls reach puberty around the ages of 13 to 15, they're given bamboo huts by their fathers away from the family home. They're in charge of the hut and can invite as many boys over as they please. Sometimes it is to have sex, and sometimes it is just to talk. In the family, the father builds the hut for his daughter away from their family home so that she may have the privacy she needs. The parents give their daughter their approval and trust in her decision making. The parents can also meet the boy ahead of time to make sure that everything checks out. Because the boys are very well taught, they don't get jealous if they're not chosen, and that there are no fights breaking out between the other boys. Sexual assault is rare and rape is non existent. The girl always feels safe because she has control on who gets to spend the night in the hut. Life in the hut was exactly what anyone would expect it to be. The girl and the boy would talk to get to know each other better and whether he was the right one for her to marry. It was up to the girl to initiate sex if she wanted to explore her sexuality, and she could have as many boys over as she wants for as long as she wants. The Korean people instill that premarital sex is acceptable and that it is highly encouraged when trying to find the right man to marry. They're not concerned with female purity. It is socially acceptable to engage in sexual activity during their teenage years to find their future partner. Their view on sexuality is a huge contrast to Western culture on how they see sexuality. Western culture encourages refraining from sex until marriage, although that is slowly becoming the way of the past. They also teach their children that sex is natural, beautiful, and part of love and romance. Even though the love huts have been a key part in Korean culture, it no longer exists and the huts haven't been used in 10 to 15 years. The practice of this tradition has been altered and now viewed as a taboo. This is a complete 180 of what they previously believed in. In this culture, the parents support their daughter's choice to have sex and the boy is carefully selected. In America, parents either don't support or have no say in their child's sex life. Ask yourself which sex culture is more supportive and has a safer environment. This tradition is becoming a thing of the past due to exposure to technology and another culture where premarital sex is looked down upon. TV and mobile phones have obscured their views on what the tradition originally meant due to access to porn, and with better road infrastructure within the province, it made communications easier. The love huts was once a beloved tradition by the Korean people, but it is now considered outdated and no longer relevant as there are other forms of communication and there is no longer a need for the huts. Even though the tradition was a contrast to the Western world, the question whether it was a taboo or not is up for debate.